What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Tyler. Behind me we have the desert sandworm. Today, so in a previous video we took off the front end and installed a light bar using the factory auxiliary switch. I kind of showed a little bit how I hooked it up, but this video is kind of more in depth on how to wire a light or light pods into the auxiliary switch. So on these 2023 and up Canyons and Colorados, they come with a factory auxiliary switch depending on what trim level and package you have. That switch is a grounded switch. It is only a single function switch. So if you have a light bar that has dual functions, like let's say it has daylight running lights plus the actual high beam, or let's say it does ambers and white light, this switch is only going to work for one of those functions, or at least the way I wired it, it's only going to work for one of those functions. So the light bar I have is a single function light bar, and I'll do some B-roll of that to show it. But I'm going to pretty much show you, I will show you the actual physical material in the truck, the way it's wired in, and then I'll show you the diagram, and I'll show you a diagram for if you get a fused relay versus if you get an unfused relay, which I have an unfused relay, so you'll kind of see what that looks like in real life. But I'm going to link all the materials that you would need below, and I would suggest getting the fused relay just because it's easier to deal with rather than adding 2 inline fuses, and we'll go over that in the video. But off the top of my head, the material that I can think of that you will need. So my light bar didn't come with a harness or anything like that. And since we're using the auxiliary switch, the material that I got is you'll need the relay. You will need either 14 gauge or 16 gauge wire, depending on what you want to use. I went with 14 just so I had that extra load capacity. And then you will need some electrical clamps, just to tie your wires together. Electrical tape, you will need some crimpers, and I think that's about it. I would suggest getting at least 2 different color wires so you can keep the ground and the positives separate. I went with red and white. The light came with black and red, so just know that if you get different colors, that for my truck example, black and white are both the ground and red is the positive. So just keep that in mind, and I'll link all this material below. But before I show you the truck, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe, and we're going to hop inside. I'll show you the auxiliary switch, and then we'll pop the hood, and I'll show you that wiring, and then we'll go over my diagrams that I drew to help you guys better understand how to wire this, because I didn't really understand at first. I had to do a lot of research and studying to kind of make sure I was doing this correctly. So let's go ahead and hop in the truck. So this is the auxiliary switch that I'm talking about. It's got power to it all the time. It's a grounded switch. You don't have to ground the switch out. It's already grounded for you. All you have to do is run 1 ground wire to the switch, and then the other 3 wires, I'll show you where those go. And then let's hop around to the other side of the truck. So I don't really want to take the panels out again, because the more you take these out, the weaker those clips are. But there are a few clips, so you'll take like this felt stuff out, and there will be a boot under here where you will put your wire through. I used a screwdriver to push it all the way through, and then I cut off the bad end. But there is, the factory wire is capped off right here, and it's a blue and yellow wire underneath this plastic, and it's kind of wrapped up in some fabric. You'll have to fish it out, and that is the wire for your auxiliary switch. So, and I'll show you on the other side where the wire comes through under the hood. So under the hood we have my wires, and I need to clean them up a little more and put some electrical tape around them just to keep them, kind of more weather sealed up. I have my relay clipped in right there because it's a spot where it's not going to be messed with. But I don't know how well you guys can see. This white wire is the wire going to my switch wire, and it's through that boot right there, which I used a screwdriver. to push that through. But so you're gonna have a total of 4 wires coming out of your relay, and we're gonna talk about that, and I will explain what goes where. But so like I said before, my relay is not fused. I have an inline fuse. So my diagram is going to be the second one that I'm going to show you guys. But anyways, let's talk about, so we'll start from the battery. So from the battery, you're going to have 2 positive wires coming from the battery, and one of them's black because that's what was where my inline fuse is at, and I should actually have another inline fuse for this. I just haven't put it in yet. So you'll have 2 inline fuse wires coming from your battery, and those 2 wires will go from your battery to the fuses, and I'm going to call them the legs, but they will go from the battery and they will go to the 30 and the 85 number leg, and they're numbered on here. You'll see it when you get your fuse in. So from 30 and 85, those 2 wires will go and hook up to your positive battery. Now if you have a fuse relay, you will not have this inline fuse. You won't have a need for it. You'll just end up having a double fuse, which would be kind of pointless because this fuse would pop and never even reach that. So I'd rather have, I might switch this out for a fuse relay. Less of a mess. You don't have to mess with that. So that covers the battery to the relay. So from the relay to the switch, this white wire is going to go from leg 86. So this is leg number 86. This white wire goes down into the cab of the truck and hooks up to that wire switch. And so the next step is leg 87 is going to be this other red wire down here, and this goes all the way around and hooks in to the actual light bar. And then so your ground points are, right now you have a ground going to the switch, and so your light also needs to be grounded. And so out of the light, it's grounded right here to the frame of the truck. So you have 2 grounds right here at the light and inside the cab at the switch. And so from there you actually have 3 power points. You have the one from the light to the relay, and then you have 2 coming out of the relay to the battery. And I'll show more on these diagrams that I'm about to show you guys. But that's the physical aspect of it. So let's look at the, I guess, the theoretical or the drawing aspect for both a fused relay and an unfused relay. Let's see if that stays there. So I'm going to start a screen recording on my iPad so I can kind of draw on here and show you guys what's going on. So first we're going to look at the fused relay. And so let me get this green pin here. So we've got the positive terminal on the battery, which I showed you up there, and from there you're going to have your 2 wires, and they go to 30 and 85 on the fuse relay, which I showed you guys. And so you don't have any inline fuses because it's fused at the relay, and then from there you will go from leg 86 with I used a white wire, so you'll go from leg 86 to the aux wire, which is that blue and yellow one in the cab that you have to fish for. And then the auxiliary switch from the factory already comes grounded, so you don't have to worry about grounding that out, and that's what this symbol is. It just means it's attached to some other metal on the truck. And so the last step is wiring in your wire. And actually you want to wire this all in before you hook it up to the battery, so it should have worked from the light to the switch and then to the battery, but you don't want to power anything on until you have everything hooked up. But from leg 87, you're going to take that positive wire and go to your light, and then from your light you are going to just ground this out. And again, that's what this symbol means. It's grounded out on the body or metal attached to the truck. It's a safety thing. It's so there's no live current going through anything it's not supposed to. But that's for the fuse relay, and I'm going to put in the description the fused relay because I think it's more convenient than the unfused relay, because we'll move on to the second diagram, which is the unfused relay. And so it's going to be the same concept. You're going to go from the positive terminal with 2 wires to the fuse, which will be leg 30 and 85, but you have to make sure you add in a inline fuse if you don't have a fuse relay, because if you don't, you risk the chance of shorting something out. What these fuses are doing is they're saving your light bar and electrical components in your truck from being fried pretty much. So if anything shorts out, water gets in it or something, these fuses will pop, pretty much emergency shut off anything. And so all you got to do is find where the issue went wrong, fix it, and then pop in a new fuse and everything's safe. So those go to leg 30 and 85, and then from leg 86 back to that auxiliary switch, and like I said, it's already grounded out, you don't have to worry about it. And then from 87, that positive wire to the light, and then the light, you ground it on the body or bare metal of the truck, and that's how you do that. So the only main difference between these two diagrams, between a fused relay and an unfused, is either you're going to have 2 inline switches or you're just going to have 1 fused relay. And so for me, the fused relay is less of a mess. It makes it a little easier to clean up the wires. I need to clean up my wires a little bit more. Zip ties, add that to the list. You'll need some zip ties. But like I said, I'll have all this in the description below, and I'll also put the video where I took the whole front end off and actually installed this light bar. This switch will work for a single function light bar like I have, or if you plan on putting pod lights on each side of the truck, you can wire those pod lights into the switch as long as they're one function. Like let's say they're either white or they're amber, that switch will work. If they're dual function where they're amber and white, again, the way that this is wired in, it's not going to work. You'll either need to find some special way to wire it to use that switch to do on and off. I know some lights come where if you turn them off and back on, the switch functions. So maybe you could look at those. But for me, I'm just using that one switch for this light bar. I plan to get a different switch panel for more pod lights and things like that that will offer me easier dual function capabilities. But I just wanted to make this video to kind of explain how to use your auxiliary switch a little bit better. And if you're still unsure, let me know what you're unsure about, and I can make a updated video explaining these steps a little bit more. And I will screenshot this. And put it in this video so you can screenshot and look at these 2 diagrams. I think this would have helped me out if I had this, but I'm just trying to help other people out use this auxiliary switch and not spend $600 at Chevy or a GMC dealership to use that switch when you can do it for, I think I spent a total of $60 for wire and the relay. Already had the zip ties and stuff. But that's it for this video. So like and subscribe, and if you like these educational videos, let me know and I'll try to make more. But yeah, that's it for that.